Okay, so here we have Anastasia's response, and it's the same question that Fatima answered. So, how is the character of Isa Whitney presented? But let's have a little look at Anastasia's answer and think about what it's doing well and why it's different from Fatima's. So, Anastasia writes, in this extract, Doyle chooses to present Isa's character as helpless and irresponsible. When he writes, "Good heavens, I thought it was Wednesday," he hyperbolizes his confusion and carelessness, as Watson mentions his wife has been waiting 2 days for him, showing him that not only is he incapable of looking after himself, but also that he doesn't have any regard for his family. As was expected in a Victorian family, the patriarch was supposed to lead the family unit. However, here he is being displayed as inferior, since his wife has had to send someone out to look for him. Doyle may be exposing the flaws in living a double lifestyle, highlighting the fact that it is very unreasonable for most men in the Victorian era to be living a double lifestyle where they are expected to be head of the family, as well as indulging in addictive drugs, going to strip clubs, and other things. Possibly he is critiquing what society accepts and does not accept, and suggesting that a double life is irresponsible and should not be encouraged. Okay, so I think you can see it's quite a different answer from Fatima's. So what is it doing well? Why have I chosen to show you Anastasia as well? I think I like the fact that she's picked out the method of hyperbole because I think this whole speech is characterized by hyperbole. I think that's a really relevant method to talk about. This whole thing is exaggerated. It's very deliberately exaggerated by Doyle to create a reaction, right? We're supposed to have quite an extreme reaction to Isa's character, and his character is supposed to be quite an exaggerated representation of the irresponsible gentleman with a double life. So really like that use of the method. And then I think that Anastasia, unlike Fatima's that we saw before, is very explicit about writer's intention and she links that to context. So you can see there that's what I've highlighted in yellow. I've referred to where Anastasia is referring to the expectations of the Victorian period, and then explicitly we've got the writer's intention of to expose the flaws and to critique the acceptance of society. So you could literally steal both those phrases. Those phrases are going to be relevant for almost any essay that you write. So I think that Anastasia does a fantastic job at that, which is great. Now, her ABI, I think, is to do with, again, the selection of quotations. And the reason I wanted to use these both, because I think if you're going to be prepared for your open book assessment next week, you know what the questions are. How is Sherlock Holmes presented is one option. The other one is how does Doyle present Victorian expectations? In tomorrow's lesson and the lesson before the assessment, we're going to be looking at those in more detail. But the best thing you can do to prepare is to choose your quotations and choose really good ones. Choose ones that link together, choose ones you can unpack. I think here we have, good heavens, I thought it was Wednesday. His wife had been waiting 2 days for him. Um, Again, I like the fact that she's talked about hyperbole, but there's not as much there in terms of the richness. And I wonder whether they're fine to use, but I wonder whether there's a third quotation or reference or word or evidence or something to embed there to convince me. I don't know if I get all of those things from the bottom half just from those two quotations. And I think that to get to the top band, really selecting that evidence purposefully is an EBI for Anastasia here. But it's a lovely paragraph, really great comment on writer's intention. So definitely magpie that. And I'm really excited to see what Anastasia does in the full response.